My favorite part of that is that last train going over at the last minute.
I busted out laughing. I wish people could hear it. I just love it going off the rails.
It was great. I missed it last night, and I heard y'all talking about it, so I flipped on the Facebook version and just like burst out laughing.
It is so stupid. It's great.
It was so perfect that when I saw it, literally all I did was, Ryan Lawrence will love this, but all I did was type train into this software that I have, and those were the first two videos, and I'm like, okay, train going down the track, and then train coming off the track, and the music, I didn't set that up that way. The music, which is in between the two videos, dude, it's like perfect.
Why don't you take Kevron?
Kevron's the man. Check it in first.
Why don't you take credit for this? Because it's really artistic genius.
Well, in my mind, and like I said last week, it's for me anyway, right? Like that's what I do. So it cracked me up so bad last week when I was looking at it. I'm like, this is perfect. And the new logo, thank you to Michael Muscatello for the new logo. The old logo's not going anywhere. He drew it for me, wanted me to use it, and I said I'll absolutely use it for him. So thanks to Michael Muscatello from somewhere in New Jersey, Bridgewater, New Jersey, home of the Valentine family.
That's right.
Where they were from. Yeah. So welcome into the Chop and Beef Show, week number 15 of season 4. I am Casey the Beef Cregan, coming to you live from Defusky Island, Florida. Why do I say that? Why do I say Florida?
You did whiff.
Subliminal.
It's 2 weeks in a row. Defusky Island, South Carolina.
There's no place like home. There's no place like home. Yeah.
Tampa, Florida. And then that guy over there.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah. The guy with the glare. Yeah.
Cooler, Georgia.
Yeah, they're just going to glare all night. So just
what's up, fellas?
It's the weekend before Halloween. We got a football game on right now. We got the World Series going on. We've got a little bit of everything.
Yeah. Well, I asked the boys to come dressed in their full scary attire for Halloween, being that this is the Halloween episode. And you boys are scary.
Scary as hell. I'm dressed as the guy who doesn't want to go to work tomorrow.
I'm dressed as the mid-50s single guy who will never be late again.
What's that's right.
Yeah,
what's the hat? What's the hat tonight, JJ?
It's an independent baseball team. I try to get in the Halloween spirit. It is the Gettysburg Phantoms.
Ah, very cool.
Because supposedly Gettysburg is one of the most haunted places in the country. Because, I don't know, I guess they had some battle there at one time, or I don't know.
A little bit.
A lot of slaughter.
Our friend of the show, Michael Palk. I'm not trying to pronounce that last name. Michael Palk is
Dix.
Says Hola Niños. We don't speak Spanish on this show. Damn it, I missed that joke. We don't speak French on this show, so I don't know what you're talking about. FYI, UNC sucks. Who's Unk? Who's Unk?
Unky.
Is that short for an uncle?
The second best 3-loss team in the nation.
Don't you steal thunder.
I gotta write that down, right? Where's my pen? Welcome in once again. This is the show about next to nothing. We appreciate you being here with us, all three of you right now, and we really do appreciate it. And I will tell you that we do talk a little bit about college football, no question, but our charm is more not college football. So we put our own little adult spin on this mess. And so thanks to all the new people that are joining us. We hope you enjoy the show. So let's get right into this week, our last week of college football, because let's get it out of the way, right? We don't want to.
Right.
Yeah, we don't have to, we can just blow by this.
Right.
In the past, Halloweeny.
Week 8 results. Clemson lost to Pitt.
Next.
Not a good game. Next, yeah.
Yeah, well, I put this number 2. I put Wake Forest beat Army 70 to something, 45 or something like that.
Right.
But the thing that glared out at me was 70 points. And then I started looking deeper into it because it's on CBS Sports, and I live on an island, and we didn't get CBS Sports on my local television package that we pay $315 a month for. I can't get CBS fucking Sports.
But you have a golf cart.
That's kind of huge.
You have 2 golf carts, 6
2 golf carts. I'll humble brag. But that doesn't help me watch Wake Forest and Army. So anyway, I need to.
What's your iPad for?
I can't even get it on that. I can. Can I? CBS Sports.
I do.
Golly, I'm so bad at this game. I even have 2 TVs, and the bottom TV is streamed.
That's why I've got the Peacock to watch Notre Dame.
Speaking of cocks, Pal comes in and says some leprechaun busted their Trojan. Oops.
Okay.
Here we go. We're gonna have fucking Notre Dame puns all night.
I'm not saying shit. I swear to God.
Notre Dame dad jokes.
Really funny.
Yeah.
Look back in the past 5, man. Wake's been
non-contact injury for the beef.
Wake's been putting some points up, man. 40, 37, 37, 35, inferior competition, ACC, all of them. But Army, they scored 56.
You know what I realized about that 56. Game?
Yeah.
I need to go to Army as a bucket list college football trip. That place is beautiful.
Yes, definitely.
I've definitely got to do that. That'd be a blast.
Yeah, I went as a kid. My cousin went to West Point, so we went up there for a whole weekend. We watched the soccer game on Friday night, the football game on Saturday. I don't remember it, but I'd love to go back there too. McKechnie Stadium.
You were wasted, huh?
Yeah, I was like 6, definitely drunk as hell.
Wow.
Well, sipping dad's beers, happens.
On that campus? Yeah, good luck finding
it. Yeah, that's true too.
Wake had scored 70 points on 17 minutes time of possession. 17 minutes. Wow. They had 4 play or less drives for touchdowns. Right. Wake Forest. We're not talking about Alabama, Oklahoma, Clemson from years ago.
They are the new Clemson rival in the ACC.
They run this rub like it's a slow rub.
What are they ranked?
I think they're 20-something.
13.
Yeah, same thing. What's 20?
They're not bad.
13, 7.
No, they're not. No, Wake's not bad. No.
They're the pride of your Atlantic Coastal Conference.
I tell you what, they were on any of the top 25 polls.
They are the tallest midget in the That's my bad.
So true. It's so true.
That wasn't my line. That was
but it's a fantastic one when you can use it. Right.
We have a new producer. I'm tabbing him today. The new producer of the show is Pauk from 5 Foot Nothing Pod because he's telling me to stay on topic. But if he's ever watched this show or seen this show or been on this show twice, he'd know. Don't stay on topic. Get out of here with that shit.
Yeah, just
time possession.
No, stay. We need comments. So stay. Don't leave.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Seriously.
Anyway.
17 minutes.
Yeah, 17 minutes. I think there's 60 minutes in a college football
game. He struggles with Navy.
Since he struggled with Navy.
But still in the playoff talk.
They won. They're still ranked number 2 in the country.
Right.
They at least, the people that protect them, they actually showed a little bit of respect, unlike Wake Forest, too. Unlike Wake Forest.
I sent you all that stat last week. They're top 10 in defense and top 10 in offense in all of college football.
Who's that? Cincinnati?
Yeah. And that'll be the second year in a row.
One of the top 2 teams in the country that I've seen this year.
I think their quarterback, Ritter, I think he's going to be a really good pro quarterback. That could be wrong. But was he frozen? Was he frozen right there? Because that was
on purpose.
Write that down. Was it on purpose or no?
Yeah, it was on purpose.
Okay, because it was pretty classic. I think he's going to be a very good pro quarterback. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, what do I know? But
hey,
it's pretty good.
He's not Locke's Kuiper for nothing.
That's right. But yeah.
All right, Bama struggled with Tennessee.
First half game.
Yeah, they were down 14-7 at halftime, right?
Hey,
they were down 14-7 at the end of the first quarter. It's the first time since 2009 that Alabama has been trailing at the end of the first quarter.
All right. Yeah, you want to laugh? Is Tennessee starting to come back?
Yeah, they're trying.
So back.
They're so back.
They got a quarterback.
God. I mean, how much have we missed Rocky Top being played 1,000 times on a Saturday night?
They have SEC speed.
Wait a second. Hold on. Here we go. So, Hendon Hooker is the quarterback now, right? He was the quarterback Virginia Tech. Did you see last year against Clemson with Virginia Tech, and he had convulsions on the field because he was cold?
Yeah, that was him.
That was him. Yeah, he's the quarterback now at Tennessee, and apparently he's a Davey O'Brien finalist. Yeah, it's not in the mountains at all.
No.
Or maybe it's not, because isn't there
it's
water?
a good town, though. Knoxville is a good town.
It's on a river.
Yeah.
Lazy River. Brought to you by Lazy River Bourbon.
Dude, have you been on lazy rivers before? Is there anything better at a water park than a lazy river, a good lazy river?
No, it's right up there.
No.
My style. It's
better. The only thing that would make it better is you don't hear those goddamn kids screaming while you're on the lazy river.
You tie a cooler in the inner tube next to you, then you go down the lazy river.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun too.
Hey, so, well, I guess you're going to the 3:30 games now, right? Well, I don't know
what time anything is.
I was in this God-forgiven golf tournament. Okay, so I got done and we just immediately left because we shit the bed as usual. But I looked at my phone because I hadn't been watching it, and I see the Cincinnati Navy thing.
Right.
I saw the Wake Forest thing, which was amazing, and then I saw the Penn State thing, which isn't on the list, but the 9 OTs.
Well, there's ETC on there. ETC, because this is me trying to put it together.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
But, I mean, so that ended up being like 2-point conversion to 2-point conversion to 2-point back and forth? Is that how
that was baffling. One play from the 3-yard line. That's it. Yeah. So people that didn't realize the rule change.
Did they keep getting it? Or did they keep on not getting it?
No, not getting it.
Because
I think it was on like 4.
Was it 13,
after the second?
At the end of regulation, I think?
I think it was 14. It was 14-14 because it's 2 points, and it ended up 20-18.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Oh, well.
I think it might have been like 16-16. But that's it. If you're a bettor and you think, oh, hell yeah, I got the over on this. We're going to overtime. They're going to score back and forth. 9 overtimes. I definitely hit the over. No,
I saw a meme, and you guys are probably saying
38 blocks. 38. Was the over.
Was that was it? And still,
no, that was the total. That was the total.
It didn't even sniff it. There was this meme. It was, you guys have sure seen it. It said stick figure, and he actually has a stick, and he's like hitting the ball.
Do something.
And that's what it was like. They're two teams. It was like, do something.
I was watching that on the bottom screen, man. It was like a comedy of errors. They tried the Philly special, and they kept showing that on highlights too. They tried Penn State tried the Philly special. Like, it was brutal. Illinois couldn't get. They tried to run the ball. It would get stuffed. It was just like, God, someone end this pillow fight.
Yeah,
please, God.
But how does Penn State keep Illini that close?
I mean, Illini, they're dominant
home too, wasn't it? Wasn't it in Penn State?
Yeah, I think it was.
I think it was. Yeah.
I mean, it's like, come on.
Now, Penn State's in for a world.
If you want to be one of the big boys, you gotta.
They're away this week in the Horseshoe. So, yikes.
Or as James Franklin said, the big house.
I think James Franklin might be looking at his contract to go to USC.
He also said
James Franklin's thinking West Coast time, baby.
He also said we need to focus all of our attention on Illinois. Oh. He said that twice in a press conference this week.
I wonder if he actually focused on Illinois.
Wow.
And then said the big house. So yeah. There's speculation, if you will. But we'll get that coaching carousel on the Chop and Beef show. We love the coaching carousel. Oklahoma should have lost to Kansas.
Another typical Oklahoma game.
Kansas still with one win, I think.
Yeah, and they didn't.
Yeah, that was the first win of the season, wasn't it? Yeah.
It was awesome. It was so like after about 5 minutes into the second quarter, it was like, this isn't going to happen. But at halftime, you're like, this could really happen. This could really happen. And this is awesome. This is the chaos we need. And that was right around the time, Locks, too, that Wake was doing its thing. Cincinnati was struggling. There was something else that was going on, too. And it was like,
It was not what we needed. JJ has Oklahoma and Cincy in the playoffs.
Amazing. Again, I don't know what's up this year. The noon games kill it. Remember the noon games used to be like, okay, take a nap.
It's good nap time.
But if you look at them on paper, there's no way. We were joking last week how awful the noon games were going to be. Oklahoma, Kansas, on paper, that looks disastrous. Like, who wants to watch that?
All the 3:30s always look like they're going to be good. And they're just kind of like, it's
exactly. It's like a reverse. It's Bizarro World this year.
Mark Coleman checked in and said, "What is all this football talk? I tuned in to talk Taco Bell."
We're on the way. It's on the way.
Don't you worry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
With us. We're on number 2. Number 4 is a doozy.
Yes, it is. The big old one.
You just stick with the plan there, Marty.
Oklahoma State loses to Iowa State. Oklahoma State, I think we talked about it a little bit last night on Sluggo, and I think you talked about more locks, but Oklahoma State kind of backdoored their way into the number 8 hole because they were undefeated.
Yeah, they were the last one standing, right? Other than Oklahoma.
And you know what? Everyone should know at this time of year, there's going to be the Oklahoma State downer game.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. They start hitting their Big 12 schedule, and there's going to be the downer game.
But they come around, and then they beat Oklahoma.
Oh, right.
They're both 8-1. Guess who's now looking good, right?
No, absolutely. But there's going to be probably one more loss at Oklahoma State somewhere that you're just like,
Kansas State or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
I always love this time of year with the Big 12 because it's just like they just start just.
Oh, they eat their young.
Yeah, same thing, and same thing's going to happen this year in the Big 10 too. They all got to play each other. All the teams that haven't really lost or only have one loss left, they're all just going to beat the snot out of each other. So starting this weekend. So
gotta love it. Love it. We'll get to our picks later on in the show, but we were having a conversation in our pre-show meeting today, and actually we had Palk in it. I don't know why he was in it, but he was in it for a second.
Special advisor.
We were talking about I don't even know how did it come up, but we were talking about tattoos.
Must have been, you guys wanted to see my calf definition. I think that's how it came up.
I think that's all it was.
That was cool. You need to put that on the page.
I wasn't even flexing.
You lift a lot of doors and stuff. You walk heavy.
I walk on my toes a lot, so they stay nice and strong.
But you had this special dress sock drag, that kind of sinks a little bit. And that's a good look.
I hate the dress sock drag. I spend half my day pulling my socks back up.
Yes.
I get these J. Crews. They stay up nice, man. They're cheap too.
Ooh,
mine have lemons on them.
I even bought those like hoity-toity socks that they advertise on ESPN radio. The
copper fits?
Bombas.
Bombas.
Yeah, they're like $15 a pair. So I was like, sweet. They're delicious socks. I mean, they're wonderful on your tootsies, but they still roll down on my fat calves.
Man.
Well, just maybe because your calves are the size of basketballs, so you stretch them out too goddamn much.
I mean, talk about calf definition. Don't make me try to lift my leg over my head. I will do it. I will lift my leg over my head and then won't be able to get up for a month.
Again?
Something will tear.
You did have a special talent for that one time. One time. I did pay extra. I mean, wait.
We were talking about tattoos and the fact that I actually do have a tattoo, and I got mine in Montclair, New Jersey, and apparently they've never heard of Clemson before. Surprising that a tattoo artist had never heard of Clemson before. So I got a tiger paw on my calf, and it bled out. But it's got us to talking about how I think Palk was saying something like he saw a tattoo today of somebody with the Ducks Unlimited sign logo tattooed on their body. So it just got to me thinking that's a great content piece for us here on Chop and Beef after we talk 4 seconds of football.
Palk actually tell us where the tattoo is at?
No.
I don't think it did. Yeah,
it's like he kind of kept that information hidden, So it's like
we're gonna have to call him out tomorrow. Yeah.
It might have been
is he in a bathhouse or something that we don't know about, or some shit.
Think of it as on that guy's lower back. That would be sick.
Could you imagine a tramp stamp of Ducks Unlimited on your back?
I love animals. No shit.
Instead of being a U on the Ducks, it was an I. Lower back, you know what I'm saying?
Bill was kind of shaped kind of phallic or something.
I think so.
And
Those
kind
not
of look
coming
like
soon.
what I'm getting at. The crown.
All right. So speaking of bathhouses,
Man,
it just got me thinking. Have you ever seen something like? Oh, so Palp was saying that he would never get a company logo on tattooed on his body. Not a sports team. He's got a Shamrock for Shamrock Shakes. Apparently, he's a big Shamrock Shake fan from February to March. So that's why
He got a tattoo of a milkshake.
yes, green.
He said Shamrock. I just equate that to Shamrock Shake.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Shamrock.
But I had a thing, and I still really kind of do, and he kind of rekindled it today. But I wanted to get the Adidas 3 stripes on my ankle. I don't know why. I'm a big Adidas guy. I was a huge Adidas guy back in the day. Not so much anymore. But I still kind of want it, right? But I'm like, so I just wanted to shut the conversation down and be like, yo, your boy over here wants to get Adidas on him. And so it just got me thinking, what's the worst tattoo you've ever seen on somebody? I know JJ loves tattoos.
Well, that's my grandfather discouraged that, and he had a lot of tattoos. So I never got one.
Well, you would say, like, look at this comic book walking by us.
Well, I've always said, why put a bumper sticker on a Bentley?
Oh, here it is.
It's like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I understand people's appreciation for art, and if they want to do it to themselves, that's fine.
So you're a Bentley.
Damn right I'm a Bentley. I'm
more like a Ford Bronco.
That's fine too. I screw up a good classic Ford Bronco.
I mean, like an old
OJ did
rusty.
Like OJ, he did. He didn't do well enough.
Screwdriver.
No. The one thing he tries to ride that's white, and it didn't quite work out for him.
Wow.
The ex-wife Ford Bronco.
I got you. There's no explanation needed.
It just comes out. I don't get it. It just comes out.
I love it.
No, what's funny is, and I never knew this, that World War II guys, some tattoos meant something. And I remember my grandfather had Sparrow here, and then he got one here. And the Sparrow meant 5,000 nautical miles.
Badass.
So that means my grandfather did 10,000 miles in the Pacific in World War II. Now that's
fucking crazy. I get
crazy.
Big ass.
On top of that, he's fighting the Japanese. So it's like, wow, badass.
That's insane.
I could never get one.
It's got to be something that means something to you, man. And I mean, no lie, I never even considered it until Casey came to my house when I lived in Columbia, South Carolina, and I was like, "Well, that's pretty cool."
Yeah,
it's really small. If I wanted one, I'd get a bigger one, and I did. And he went with me, and I got it. I was nervous as shit, and also very hungover. Because guess what happened 2 days later? And I was in the shower. All the orange came out of it.
Shit!
Because I took like 5 Advil because my head hurt so bad on the way there.
Did your blood out?
Drinking beer. So the color came out.
It's only you, man. I swear to God.
So I was probably like 25, 20, somewhere in there. So I waited. My 30th birthday, I went and got it colored back in. And this time I was here in Savannah because when we were in Columbia, we had to go to Augusta because in South Carolina, you couldn't get tattoos. That's how backwards that state was. So now I was living in Savannah when I was 30. I went down by the military base where they do a lot of tattoos.
No.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I walked in. I said, this bled out like 4 years ago. I want it to be orange, Clemson orange. And I don't want it to bleed out again. And the guy said, come on back.
We're going in deep.
Boy, oh, boy. I mean, he used this tool, dude. It was like a rake, and he was just grinding it in. Hey, had blood out. I mean, it was great. But I'll tell you, man, like a tattoo is a weird feeling. It's kind of like it hurts, but it's cool. It doesn't hurt like bad. It's just you can't explain it unless you've had one. It's strange. And I
like to say that it's like taking your finger, going on your bone in your hand, and just continue to do it. Because it hurts. Like after a while too, but like you get used to it. And take your nail and just that's what it's.
I have a family member that's got 2 sleeves and some on his back and some on the front, and he thinks it's relaxing. I don't like. No,
I do too. I mean, like all the hair stands up on your body. It's just a strange feeling, man. It's kind of like exciting, and it's kind of like something you don't do every day, obviously. But it's kind of like it's pretty cool. But I mean, I will say after Clemson won the national championship that we all went to,
Yeah,
I was like, sick. I'm going to get another one. So I'm going to get the year under the paw. I was going to put it there.
all right.
So two things came up. Well, then should I also put 1981 because we won it then too? And then I started thinking like, well, what if we win again and again and again? Where I'm going to run out of leg. I'm going down, you know, my Achilles. But then also another thing came up too. You know how you always have a national championship? We can never decide what year we won it. So we're the
right. It was the 2016 game. It played in 2017, and
what season?
I was like, what year is this? It's so confusing. Yeah. So I was just like, I'm just going to stick with what I got. Forget it.
All right.
I wanted to.
Worst tattoos for me. Anyone who gets their wife or girlfriend's name on them.
Here we go. This is what I wanted.
Because if that thing ends, you're pretty much branded for life.
It's a cover-up time.
Yeah, it's cover-up. Gotta make it a rose or something.
It's your parents, your kids. I get that. If you love them too much. Second one, and I've seen this, is when you get a tattoo of your daughter right here, if you're a guy, and you have a hairy chest. Yeah. Because then all of a sudden your daughter has a beard and looks like a circus freak.
I didn't see it.
So it's like,
what are you doing? Yeah.
What are you thinking, stupid?
Right.
It's like, where's your goddamn head?
Well, I never, again, thought about getting a tattoo again, and until I saw
anything that's Nazi or KKK, because you just brand yourself to get the shit beat out of yourself.
Yeah, every day.
Yeah, every day.
If you go to prison. But like I was thinking like of places to get it, like the Cav I thought was a pretty good place, Case. I mean, because like it doesn't really get wrinkly, right? I mean, if you put on a bunch of weight, even if you have it in your shoulder, you can get like flabby. Or no one can see it. If you wear shorts, you can show it off. You don't have to. Like that was a good place. People that get tattoos and then they just consistently cover them up. I'm like, what? I'm like, what's the point? Kind of, But to each its own. But
I never understood women who get tattoos near their breasts, because once those gravity starts taking over, it's like, oh, what the hell?
It's like silly putty, right? Yeah.
Right. It's like, what is that? Oh, that's no aces with palm trees in the sun.
I knew a girl that
it looks like an elephant with tusk now. What the fuck is that?
She had a rose tattooed behind her ear. Oh, you know how bad that would hurt? Like on your skull? Ugh, God.
I can't think of his name, but it was a buddy of mine in college. He played on a group called Zagman Zig, and he'd shaved half his head and had a zipper tattooed here. I'm like, what are you thinking?
Jesus Christ. Crazy.
I learned the calf thing from our friend of the show, Smitty, R.W. Smith, in Charleston, South Carolina. He had his tattoo on his leg, and I was like, "Ooh, that's a good spot for it." Because, like you said, Box, I mean, you can cover it if you have to, and it's not something. And that was my thing too. Like I needed something that I could have when I'm 80 years old, and my kid looks at it, and it's not like the devil with a bleeding knife coming down my arm or something, like something that was meaningful when I looked at it when I'm in the home, not remember my name, and can say, oh, okay, that's not something embarrassing. So
you don't remember your college years either. What the hell's the big difference?
Exactly. And mine was orange, and it has bled out extensively. So as my son says, what's that bear paw doing on your leg? Because I got it in Montclair. One day I'm going to get it fixed, and I'm going to get it with the three dates surrounding it as well. If someone will do it, like that's my whole trepidation about it. I'll go tomorrow. There's a place literally right down the street that has a Clemson flag hanging from it. So I'm like, okay, they know they have the logo, so that's what I want. But it's like, will they go over somebody else's work?
And to redo yours would probably be not that expensive.
No. It won't be that. Like when I got my
$100 maybe.
It was like $75. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. They base it on time.
Plus, look where you live now. You live in the hoity-toity neighborhood. You got to show off in style. Let's not bullshit.
Damn right. You're damn right. I'm going to get a big fish across my chest because I live on the ocean.
You live on an island. I think you got to get the sign that's going to be the DeFusky Casino gambling house.
Hey, scariest tattoo that I've ever seen on, I think, 2 employees that have worked for me is the teardrop.
Oh yeah.
Does anybody know what that means?
Yeah,
means they killed somebody, right?
They killed somebody in prison. That's not good. That's not what we're looking for.
It's not,
you find that
You're a model citizen, pal, aren't you?
probably not a lead man in the construction industry.
I got the shit beat out of me one time, so I have 3 scars. So that's enough. Yeah. And I got a hernia scar I can show you all right now if you want.
No, we're good. Thank you. Speaking of hernia scars,
I always thought about getting welcome aboard on my penis.
Okay, next.
Speaking of welcome aboard, I had a little incident yesterday on my way home from work, and so I actually was able to have lunch with our boy, and then headed back home, had a meeting, and had a good meeting, and then got home, and I'm me with my issues, my stomach issues. So anyway, I get back towards home, just driving along, and I have to fart. And it wasn't a fart. So now I did what anybody does,
too, right?
Or maybe just me. I stuck my hand down my pants.
Oh no! Dangerous game.
And what came out was not pretty. So thankfully, I had a towel and multiple napkins in the center console. I pulled over
off the road. Were you driving?
Oh, yeah.
I would have wrecked on purpose.
Unfortunately,
I would have wrecked on purpose.
Unfortunately, this isn't my first rodeo. So I pulled over to our local Hampton Inn, and I went in and cleaned myself up, and
did you rent a room and shower? I mean,
no, but
like a truck stop that had clothes and shit.
Didn't quite get through the pants, thankfully. There was some streakage, if you will. So but you still smell it. It's in the car. It's in the car.
It's like vomit.
So I immediately went to Old Navy and bought a brand new pair of pants and a couple pairs of boxers because I threw out my boxers immediely and took those pants off. And they're no longer with us either. So rest in peace, my pants and boxers. Rest in peace. But here's the question, and the reason.
So what'd you have for lunch? Was it Taco Bell?
So the question is, what did I have for lunch that made me have it? Was it A, Taco Bell, B, Panera, C, Firehouse Subs, or D, Arby's?
See, this depends on what was on the menu.
All our favorite places, Beef.
All right, so I'll give you my options here. So if I had gone to Taco Bell, I probably would have gotten the $5 box with a crunchy gordita crunch, some cheesy Fiesta potatoes, a taco, and a large G2. If I went to Panera, I'm getting a You Pick 2, broccoli cheddar soup, and a grilled cheese. If I go to Firehouse Sub, I'm getting a medium hook and ladder, chips, and a drink. If I go to Arby's, I'm getting a beef and cheddar on the normal bun, curly fries, and a birch beer.
Locks, you go.
He knows. I had lunch
with him, JJ. I'll tell you what. I'll make it easier.
Can I guess?
I'll make it easier for you right now. Locks don't eat at Panera. Fuck that place. It's for chips.
Okay. I was going to say the first 2 places had cheese. And that should back you up. You ain't going to have to crap anytime soon. All right. Arby's is special, and you don't take friends to Arby's. That's kind of a solo trip. So I'm going to go Firehouse Subs.
It was. Ding, 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 ding.
Bam!
the logic behind it, JJ, very strong.
Well, I didn't expect that when I wrote this out today.
Oh, yeah, come on.
No, let's get to the real important stuff because our boys chimed in.
That wasn't important?
That
was just a funny Halloween story. The boy child.
You got trick or treated.
Sebastian tattoo a duck. He was 3 to 4 years old. He's out of the will.
But no, I've seen it. The duck.
Good.
That's
good.
fantastic.
That's good. Speaking of Sebastian,
do I get an extra game for picking Firehouse Sub? By the way, I mean, like on my total.
We have a game. We have an extra game, a beef special tonight. So
yeah, well, I ain't picking no goddamn beavers anymore. That's for bullshit.
Well, they might be. They might be our. You were in Charleston last weekend? Oh, Charleston, West Virginia. I'm like, don't you dare come to Charleston, South Carolina without calling me, you mother. You have my number, you mother. You mother.
Yeah, and call me up, and I'll meet you there.
I grew up in Ohio. And I came to Clemson. I remember meeting people and meeting so many people saying they're from Charleston. I was like, I had no idea all these people would come to this school from West Virginia. It's crazy. Didn't even know there was a Charleston, South Carolina. Not a geography.
Jesus Christ, it's where the Civil War started, for fuck's sake. When did you learn that in history?
From Ohio.
I don't remember learning about the
your
Civil
state
War at all.
won.
We studied the North, not the South.
Again, who won? The North. It should tell you where a war started.
Did they though? Did they?
Did I pay attention?
Well, that's a good point.
Speaking of who won, Week 9's picks are here.
I got to look at this.
You know what? No, let's do this first. We're doing Bluefield Beavers update first. I got Bluefield Beavers update, and I bet Eddie's probably looking at the screen going, "He didn't ask me today about the Bluefield Beavers update." Oh, I got it.
They cost me points last week.
I pick and choose. Yeah, none of the boys, including myself, won that bet surprise game. But this week, your 11-time state champion, West Virginia state champion, the Bluefield Beavers, will take on the Ridgeview Wolfpack, 6-2 Ridgeview Wolfpack. Ridgeview just opened in 2015. They're made up of Haysock, Clintwood, and Irvington. Their records from the past couple of years: 6-5, 2-8, 9-2, 10-2, 9-3, and 3-1 in the COVID shortened year. 6 wins this year, in Eddie's opinion, are against average opponents, and I would tend to agree based on my research. Don't know much about them except what's in the newspapers. We think they're a big physical team that gave Graham all they could handle last Friday night. This is called plagiarism, Eddie. We think it's a quality opponent. Eddie won't be at the game, which I don't know.
Who did what in college?
But he's off to be like a good dad, which is weird. But good luck to our Beavers. They're gonna be in for a doozy tomorrow. Hopefully they control their own destiny to get into the West Virginia playoffs. They're gonna be in their white jerseys all playoffs long. They're going on the road. They're gonna be traveling that great state, our favorite state, to get to the state championship. The quest for 12.
Did I just see it? Did you just have a towel? Is that the towel from your Jeep?
Yeah, that's the one.
That's disgusting.
The one you shit all over?
Yeah. I put it in my mouth when I sleep. Fear not, I'm definitely yelling at each one of you if I'm close to. Yeah, you better.
All right.
We had the spread until we pulled the starters, and Oak Hill didn't. They had a 1,000-yard rusher that only had 89 yards against us.
No excuse.
I know. I was pissed. I saw them score at the end there, and I'm like, oh, they didn't cover. And I actually had the spread at 18. I moved it up to 22 and a half. So it's on me too. I'm a bad bookie. Speaking of bad bookies, Week 9 picks, the boys are running all over. They're just winning and winning and winning. I believe you both were 5-0 last week.
5-0.
Lots. It's time to say it, buddy. You get the honors.
Domination occurred, right? You get to say what?
Back.
Oh, so back. I mean,
we're beyond
so back.
We're back.
The week before, we were both 3-2, and we picked opposite games, and both won. So overall on the year, your boy, me, your hero, 18 out of 31, right? JJ, the evil umpire, is leading 19 out of 31. So
we're back.
Cool.
Yeah, we're back. Yeah, just one back.
Got this.
Just he just keeps on copying my games. What I say?
We're not winning money, but your kids are going to community college.
That's right.
Well, I think this is the point of this whole thing is that you're not necessarily winning money because we're not really. I mean, we are betting them. I don't know what you're talking about.
That might change
was also 5-0 last week. Palk was also 5-0 last week.
Yeah, Palk
right. Celebrity guest. He's doing well.
He is doing well. What was I saying? I forget what I was saying.
We're not winning something. Not actually winning money.
But they're doing well. I don't remember what I was saying. It doesn't matter really. That's
right on. Let's get into it.
Let's go right into the games here.
Before JJ changes his hat again.
I'm doing it for effect.
I'm
doing Halloween hats until now.
We're going to Jacksonville for this first game. Number 1, Georgia. Is Florida unranked for real?
Yep.
You mean, are they the best 3-loss team in the country, though?
I know. They're at least.
I thought they were 4-loss.
The best 4-loss team in the country.
Yeah.
Number 1, UGA is 14-point favorites versus Florida. Neutral site, Jacksonville, Florida. About 40 miles from Gainesville and about 300 miles from Athens, but neutral site. JJ, you're still leading. You go first in this matchup. Who you got here?
I am going to take the best team in the country, and that is the Georgia Bulldogs and the 14. I think Florida last week, playing that marathon game against LSU, it was just a heartbreaker, and I think this is the year Georgia just takes them to task.
Nice. Lots. Who you got here?
I got Florida. I got Dan Mullen. I got Dan Mullen, not to win.
No, you're taking the 14.
I got Georgia winning by 13. I mean, I think Dan Mullen is going to pull out whatever he can. What they got to lose at this point? They're going to be 4-4 after this game.
Yeah. But that Georgia defense, man, they can play in the NFL. I know that's crazy, but yeah.
Totally agree. I mean, Georgia defense averages giving up 6.6 points a game. What? Florida can score. We all know that. So they might get something off. All you got to do is stack the box, stop the run, and little tiny Stetson Bennett's not going to be able to see over the defensive line. Let him beat you. So
Stetson
I just think, you look for flea flicker, Statue of Liberty, maybe a punt return. I don't know. They're going to try their best to keep it close, and I don't know.
Okay,
maybe they won't. Maybe they won't. But
I like it.
Dan Mullen is just crazy enough, and then when he wins, let's play the who's he going to blame after he loses. It's going to be something. It's going to be the visiting locker room or something.
We'll keep an eye on it.
Supposedly, the hot seat is getting hotter for Mullen here in Florida, according to local papers. So
too bad. I think he's pretty good as a brand. But
speaking of hot seats, number 6 Michigan -4 at the Fighting Jim Harbaugh's at East Lansing for number 8 Michigan State. Probably the game of the week. I don't know. Maybe on paper. Locke, you go first here.
Yeah. MSU, Sparty at home, college game day. I don't know when the last time college game day has been up in there, but
no joke.
I'm going to take Michigan State and the points here. I mean, I don't know if they're going to win this game. It's going to be a tight game. I mean, I'm going to say like a 21-20 type of game too. It's going to be a lot of running the football. So, I think it's going to be a tight one. There's definitely no one going to run away with this thing. Yeah, number 6 versus number 8. Again, this is where the Big Ten just starts consuming each other. So someone's got to win this thing. What you got, JJ?
What I got, I'm agreeing with you, man. I looked at a stat. Michigan State's allowing 400 yards on defense a game, and Michigan is only allowing 300, but in all other areas are pretty much close. It's in Lansing. It's a big rival. I'm taking Michigan State. I believe in Tucker as the coach over there. And Harbaugh's yet to prove anything to me on big games at Michigan. So
solid point.
Great point.
And I think the next game's Ohio State, or no, at the end of the year. So
end of the year, Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah.
Ole Miss, number 10 Ole Miss travels to Auburn. Auburn's a 3-point favorite. Unranked Auburn.
Auburn is ranked 18. Our producer forgot to type that part in.
He's the worst. He's fired.
Yep, get rid of him. And this one surprised me, y'all. I mean, Auburn.
JJ goes first.
He does go first, but I put this one on here because I think this could be sneaky good.
I'm with you. I was hoping for 3.5, but obviously not going to get it. And actually, the line's gone down to 2.5. I read today.
I'm seeing it 3 right now on ESPN, but yeah, it's probably within a half point everywhere. So that's your home field advantage right there.
I don't know why, but Auburn's been sneaky good this year. They're 5-2.
Right.
And Ole Miss just keeps running up points. The last 2 games have been decided by a touchdown or less.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll go with that stat, and I'll still go with Ole Miss. It worries me, but I still believe in Lane. As long as Carroll can still quarterback, because they say he's a little bit.
What Bo Nix will show up for Auburn?
Right. If good Bo Nix shows up, you're gonna have a ball game. If run around in circles and pray for someone to get open and get a miracle pass shows up, it's probably not going to be so
But that's
good.
usually when Auburn scores.
It really kind of is, yeah.
That's kind of the MO.
Yeah. I believe in Matt Corral. I think he's a solid quarterback, and he is perfect for Lane Kiffin's offense and Lane Kiffin in general. I mean, it's like his extra son, you know. I mean, they're just on the same wavelength.
They play golf together.
They do, yeah.
Well, did you hear what Lane said about it on
Lane only follows 2 people on
game day?
He only follows 2 people on Instagram, Corral and
Katy Perry.
No, yeah, Katy Perry. No, what's the Manning kid?
Manning.
That's the 2 people he follows because he wants Arch to come to Ole Miss.
Did you hear what Lane said in that interview about those 2 on the last College game day? It just, I probably shouldn't say this as a coach, but Corral is actually a friend. He's not a student. He's not he's a friend of mine.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, for a coach to say that's kind of impressive. That's kind of cool.
It is cool. Yeah.
Speaking of really impressive, Florida State travels to Clemson this weekend. Clemson's
this is the game.
9.5 point favorite. They're remembering Bobby Bowden at Clemson, doing a tribute to him. First time Tommy Bowden's been back to Clemson since he was fired.
Really?
Yes, really? That's what he said. That's what was said.
Hey, Locks, who did you take? Did you take Ole Miss or Auburn?
I took Ole Miss. I think they're going to run away with it. I think they win by 10.
This one, Zach goes first.
Yeah.
There's a bit of confidence.
Clemson really just killing the bettors out there with the 0-7 against the spread this season. God. And Florida State is not good at all.
Train wreck.
This is God, I'm gonna have to watch this shit show too. Fuck me.
Drink a lot.
God, man, this is like pain on wheels. They can't score though, Zach.
Go smart, Zach.
This is the week.
This is they're due. They're due, Locks.
They could score 45 this week, like that.
It's coming. It's coming. They're going to score 45 again this season. Too bad UConn is the team that they're going to.
This is like trying to impress the girl you always wanted to date, and you don't do it again.
Kobe Pace is out, right? Too.
There's 14 season-ending injuries. Yeah, it's a good look for Clemson. They're doing just fine.
Florida State.
You're taking FSU in the 9.5?
Yeah.
Yep.
Son of a bitch. That's right. I was going to get you. I'm taking Florida State 9.5.
I hate it. I don't want to pick.
Until Clemson proves otherwise, I'm taking that point.
There's too many stats against it, man. I wanted to pick Clemson, but every time I pick them,
they suck.
They do suck.
I told everybody from a long time ago, don't bet them. UNC, finally, UNC at number 11, Notre Dame. Notre Dame's a 3.5 point favorite. Again, 3 points is generally the rule of thumb for home team. They're only really getting a half point against North Carolina. JJ, you're up first for this one.
Oh, this was tough because their number one defensive standout, who's a safety, is going to be out of the game, and he's about 30%. Hamilton, he's going to be out. He's about 30% of this interceptions. So UNC is going to.
They're going to sling it.
Take advantage of that. That's why I am. Here comes Pout giving me shit. I am taking UNC in the 3.5.
My word almighty. Some things just never change.
The more things change, the more things stay the same. Locks, who you got?
I mean, Notre Dame at home. UNC will shit their pants when they get up in there. I just I don't believe in them.
Yeah, because Notre Dame's so intimidating.
It's a lot of fans that are loud, and I've been to UNC Stadium. It's pretty quiet. There's some beautiful pine trees around it that just really kind of deaden the noise.
I
didn't even know where the stadium was. That's how quiet it was.
Brian Kelly gives Mac Brown credit for being his mentor. Brian Kelly's 3-0,
right,
against his mentor.
Right.
So he's just got to keep it. North Carolina's got nothing to lose at this point in time.
They're not good.
And Notre Dame doesn't have a quarterback. They still don't have a quarterback.
They're not good. And I know they can put up some points, but again, remember who they're playing.
Yeah, they're with the number one safety out of the game.
They're playing the ACC, dude.
They're
beating up on Florida State, Duke.
I will be happy to lose this one with you. I will be happy to lose this one.
To sum up the picks this week, JJ went Georgia, Michigan State, Ole Miss, Florida State, UNC. Zach went Florida, Michigan State, Ole Miss, Florida State, Michigan State, Ole Miss, Florida State, Notre Dame. So they differ on two games. So, all right, that's good.
Two again.
Good.
Yeah, that's a good start.
Those middle games, guys, again, all locked up. So, all right.
The World Series is going on. Game 3 coming up. I believe it's Friday. I think there's just one travel day heading back to Atlanta. They leave Atlanta tied 1-1. Both teams getting a significant victory. Both teams with, they were good, both good games. It was both fun to watch. I watched them both. But as far as close games, they weren't.
No.
Storylines.
Over early.
Game 3 Friday night. One thing I put on here, the story that's getting all the traction is Charlie Morton, the pitcher for the Braves, broke his leg and apparently pitched 10 pitches on the broken leg, and he went back out for the next inning on knowing he had done something major to his leg so that his reliever could get ample enough time to warm up. Now, I will tell you, as an umpire or former umpire, retired umpire,
attaboy.
The pitcher can get as much time as they want if they're replacing for an injury. So that kind of is. I'm kind of looking at that with side eye. Come on, he could have warmed up. What's the difference?
Yeah, but you don't think about that. At the time, adrenaline's going. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to defend.
I don't think he told anybody, because if he said anything to a trainer, he wasn't running back out there.
No,
that's right. Fair.
But
that's fair.
So they pay him a lot of money.
I think I mentioned that to you when we ate lunch. Whatever, was that yesterday? Jesus Christ, it was like a week ago. Anyway, there was just a really good article on ESPN about Charlie Morton and his whole deal. And he was coming in. He was in the training room, and all the guys were coming in to see him afterwards, make sure he's okay. And all he kept on saying to all the guys that came in was, "I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I'm so sorry." Really? And it's just like, dude, like, it's he's that type of guy. He's just that guy. And, he's 37. He can still swing. He's still at 97 still. And they said he'll be ready for spring training. But that is a major, major blow to their rotation. I mean, they're bullpen heavy, which is good and all. But now they got a bullpen game ahead of them, maybe one start early.
Well, that's the 1 day rest is going to help. But
look at the Astros, though. They don't overwhelm you, and they lost McCullers, who was their ace
last night. He was dialed in.
Or Keedy.
However you pronounce his name. Boy, he looked pretty good.
You know what? It's the World Series always brings out these guys who you don't know until the World Series happens, and all of a sudden they're MVPs. Right. And that's the fun thing. And once again, when you compare football to baseball, it's like you always expect the quarterbacks to be the MVPs. Very rarely that a defensive player or running back. But with baseball, it could be anybody.
Anyone. Yep.
And that's the fun of it.
It can be a middle reliever, dude. Just a guy that just eats in every game,
Yeah.
So Braves fans were ripping that Jackson guy, but the other night he was dialed in, looked awesome. So it's like, wait, which one do you like him now or no? Still don't like him?
I still think it's a great series. I love the storylines about the whole series. To me, that's what I mean. I know it's the lowest rated supposedly so far.
Who cares about
World Series, but Dusty Baker playing for the Atlanta Braves with Hank Aaron, the Houston Astros. We all know that story, but there's only 4 players that are still on that team, but they were major all-stars on that team.
And major components of the cheating.
Major components of the cheating. And I kept thinking, God, if they would have just taken away that series from them, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Yeah, I agree.
And, it's just a great story. It really is a great story. And, I mean, it seems to be right now in the 2 games, the 1 inning that blows up the game. Other than that, all the innings have been tight and exciting. And, it's good stuff.
It's fun, man. It's fun. It's fun.
I still think both teams should play 1 game in the retros. I mean, do the rainbow tequila? They call them the tequila sunrise jerseys for the Astros,
right?
In the old last year's of Hank Aaron,
the light blue, yeah,
Braves. With the blue sleeves and the white chest. That'd be badass.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be so great.
The Mark Lemke jerseys,
huh? Mark Lemke, yeah. I think it goes 6 games, maybe 7. I mean, I don't see the Braves getting 3 in a row. There's no way to close this thing out.
Well, that's a 3-2 game, man, and that series, and that's good stuff.
It may go 7. There's no doubt.
I hope it goes 7. I love
it. May. It's going to be a
when
battle,
my team's not involved. I love game 7.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Yeah.
Love it.
And let's face facts that people may not think about. Neither one of these teams was picked to be the champs.
No, not a chance. Braves didn't even cap 90 wins.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a great story too. That's the little engine that could.
Yeah, there's a lot.
And by the way, Rays fans, Charlie Morton was on the World Series staff last year, but since you didn't get ticket sales, the Rays couldn't afford him.
What else we got going on? What else we got going on before we end this mess?
Halloween this weekend.
Halloween this weekend. How was that? How'd that go? I'm surprised you didn't put them behind you with like lights in them and stuff. I had my book yesterday to hide my laundry that was behind the book. I cleared the laundry tonight. So
all I had to do is cut the top out. They took it from there. So that was pretty awesome. Yeah, that was nice. And they did a good job. It was cool.
I am trick-or-treating with two little girls, and this weekend.
Don't you do a bicycle ride?
No, I don't do a bicycle ride.
That's
Christmas. That's Christmas.
That's Christmas. I remember that's when you broke your wrist. I thought you were all dressed up.
Casey knows her. I'm taking Jess and Gabe's daughters out trick-or-treating.
Cool. Is that tomorrow or Saturday night?
Huh?
Are they doing it Sunday or are they doing it Saturday
night? Saturday night. And
Saturday.
Jeffrey's got a costume, probably pictures of. So,
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a topic.
That's the fun. I've got a very, very, very cool, innocent threesome with 2 of the most beautiful little girls ever. So that's a good thing.
You're cute. We got to hang out with them.
Oh, they're adorable.
Still asked to go play with them. We had a quick visit with them a couple weeks ago. It was awesome. Can't wait to get back there. So on that note, let's end this mess. Week number 10 or week number 9 of the college football season's coming at you. If you didn't know, we talked about it already a little bit, maybe.
We did.
On behalf of JJ in Tampa, Zach Locks Parker, I'm Casey the Beef Creek, and thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you right here next week on the Chop and Beef Show. Probably. Say goodnight, boys.
Happy Halloween.
After the show last week, I woke up in an alley.